keeps pouring down. Houses are cracking, people drown. Cars are rusting here. A church floats by, washed in the blood of the Lamb. And all the superhighways have disappeared one by one. And all the towns and cities and signs are underwater now. They're gone. We're going down by the muddy river. We're walking down by the muddy river. Somebody tell me, please, what happened here? Mud is everywhere. Fish are swimming in the fields. Everybody's running around. They're yelling, is this the end of the known world? Men and women in their boats try to save what they've lost. They're yelling, it's all gone now. We're never gonna find it again. But when the muddy river starts to rise, it covers us all. And when I look into your eyes, two tiny clocks, two crystal balls, we begin again. We try, we begin again. Down by, we're going down by the muddy river. We begin again. Down by the muddy river. We're walking down by the muddy river. We're going down by the muddy river.
Stand by. You're on the air. Buenas noches, señores y señoras. Bienvenidos. La primera pregunta es: ¿qué es más macho? Pineapple or knife?
Well, let's see. My guess is that pineapple is more macho than a knife.
Sí, correcto. Pineapple es más macho que knife. La segunda pregunta: ¿qué es más macho? Light bulb o school bus?
Light bulb.
No, lo siento, school bus es más macho que light bulb. Gracias, and we'll be back in un momento. Well, I had a dream, and in it I went to a little town, and all the girls in town were named Betty, and they were singing. Frank Sinatra, sitting in a chair, and he's blowing perfect smoke rings up into the air, and he's singing smoke makes a staircase for you to descend, so rare.
I don't know about your brain, but mine is really bossy. I come home from a day on the golf course, and I find all these messages scribbled on wrinkled up scraps of paper. And they say things like, why don't you get a real job? Or, you in what army? Or, get a horse. And then I hear this voice coming from the back of my head. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, it's my brain again. And when my brain talks to me, he says, take me out to the ball game. Take me
I'm racking my brains, trying to think of another word for horse. I ask my brain for some assistance, and he says, let's see, how about the cow? That's cool.
He says, take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the park. Take me to the movies. 'Cause I love to sit in the dark. Take me to your leader.
And I say, do you mean Georgians?
I just want to meet him.
And I say, come on.
I mean, I don't even know Georgia. Says, baby, doll. Ooh, 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 baby, doll. Ooh. This is baby, doll. I love it when you come. When I call, baby, doll. You don't have to talk. I know it all. Baby, doll. Ooh, 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 baby, doll. Ooh, ooh, baby, doll. Baby, doll.
But you know, starting is always the hard part. It's like stuttering. I mean, you're only afraid at the beginning. That's where the fear is. So you only stutter at the beginning of the word, when it's starting. I mean, nobody ever stutters at the end. There's no stuttering, because by then, it's too late to be afraid. By then, there are only the regrets. It started out with a bad day. And I was sitting around in my studio, feeling sorry for myself. And the phone rang, and a voice said, "This is so-and-so, and I'm from NASA, and we'd like you to be the first artist in residence here." And I said, "You're not from NASA." And I hung up the phone. About 5 minutes later, the same person called, and I said, "Come on, I mean, I was sure it was a fan who had figured out what my secret dream was and had decided to torture me." Now, finally, I called someone at NASA, and he said that yes, I had actually been chosen to be the first artist in residence at NASA, and he wanted to see if I was interested. And I said, "Well, what does an artist in residence actually do? I mean, what does that mean with a space program?" And they said they didn't really know what that meant, and what did I think it meant? And I thought, who are these people?
saw Lolabelle's face. And she had one of these brand new expressions. And first was the realization that she was prey, and that these birds had come to kill her. And second was a whole new thought. It was the realization that they can come from the air. I mean, I never thought of that. A whole 180 more degrees that I'm now responsible for. It's not just the stuff down here, the dirt and the rocks and the smells and the trees, but all of this, too. And the rest of the time we were in the mountains, out on the trails. She just kept looking over her shoulder and trotting along with her head in the air. And she had this whole new gait, really awkward, not with her nose to the ground following the smells, but pointing straight up, sniffing, sampling, scanning the thin sky, like there's something wrong with the air. And I thought, where have I seen this look before? And then I realized it was the same look on the faces of my neighbors in New York in the days right after 9/11, when they suddenly realized, first, that they could come from the air, and second, that it would be that way from now on. It would always be that way. And we had passed through a door, and we would never be going back. Yes, night is when the mind rests and prepares for the next day. Here we go again. As a team sport. Life as something that uncoils inside us. A world that comes in through your skin. And dogs hobbling across the mud to a brownish yellow sea. A sick monkey on the beach. The food, however, is delicious. I have to say that much at least. And animals popping out of their holes for a last look before the winter snows. Lights out. In 1974, I went to Mexico to visit my brother, who was working as an anthropologist with the Tzotzil Indians, the last surviving Mayan tribe. Now, the Tzotzil speak a lovely bird-like language and are quite tiny physically. I towered over them. Mostly, I spent my days following the women around, since my brother wasn't really allowed to do this. We got up at 3 a.m. and began to separate the corn into 3 colors. Then we boiled it, ran to the mill and back, and finally started to make the tortillas. Now, all the other women's tortillas were 360 degrees, perfectly toasted, perfectly round. And even after a lot of practice, mine were still lopsided and charred. And when they thought I wasn't looking, they threw them to the dogs. After breakfast, we spent the rest of the day down at the river, watching the goats and braiding and unbraiding each other's hair. So usually, there wasn't that much to report. One day, the women decided to braid my hair Tzotzil style. After they did this, I saw my reflection in a puddle. I looked ridiculous. But they said, "Before we did this, you were ugly. But now, maybe you will find a husband." I lived with them in a yurt, a thatched structure shaped like a cupcake. There's a central fireplace, ringed by sleeping shelves, sort of like a dry beaver dam. Now, my Tzotzil name was Losha, which loosely translated means the ugly one with the jewels. Now, ugly, okay. I was awfully tall by local standards. But what do they mean by the jewels? I didn't find out what this meant until one night when I was taking my contact lenses out. And since I'd lost the case, I was carefully placing them on the sleeping shelf. Suddenly, I noticed that everyone was staring at me. And I realized that none of the Tzotzil had ever seen glasses, much less contacts, and that these were the jewels. The transparent, perfectly round jewels that I carefully hid on the shelf at night and then put, for safekeeping, into my eyes every morning. So I may have been ugly, but so what? I had the jewels. Full fathom 5, thy father lies. Of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth fade, but that suffers a sea change into something rich and strange. And I alone am left to tell the tale. Call me Ish.
Well, I stopped in at the body shop. Said to the guy, I want stereo FM installed in my teeth. Then take this mole off my back and put it on my cheek. And while I'm here, why don't you give me some of those high-heeled feet? And he said, listen, there's no guarantee. Nature's got rules and nature's got laws. But listen, the guy with the monkey's paw. And I said, what?
He said the gift of life, it's a twist of fate. It's a roll of the die, it's a free lunch, a free ride. But nature's got rules and nature's got law.
And if you cross it, look out, it's the monkey's paw. It's saying, oh, it's saying, give me 5. It's saying bye-bye. I know a man, he lost his sight. He said the way I feel, I'd be better off dead. He said, I got everything I ever wanted. Now I can't give it up, it's a trap, just my luck.
The gift of life, it's a loop of fate. It's a roll of the die, it's a free lunch, a free ride. The gift of life, it's a shot in the dark. It's the call of the wild, it's the big wheel, the big ride. But nature's got roots and nature's got law.
And if you cross her, look out, it's the monkey's paw. You better stop, look around, listen. You could be an acapella salesman going from door to door. Or would you like to swing on a star and carry moonbeams home? Or next time around, you could be a small bug. Or would you like to be a fish?
The gift of life, it's a twist of fate. It's a roll of the die, it's a free lunch, a free ride. The gift of life, it's a shot in the dark. It's the call of the wild, it's the big wheel, the big ride. But nature's got rules and nature's got law.
And if you cross her, look out, it's the monkey's paw. It's singing, give me 5. It's singing, it's singing. The market keeps rising. The big machines control the sea and the air. Those big machines, they gotta go somewhere. So we keep calling them up, calling them up, no matter what. And then those questions come, like was the Constitution written in invisible ink? Has everybody here forgotten how to think? Is this great big boat starting to sink?
Pinpoint nukes, ready to fight, just to kill. Sure, right. Welcome to the American night. We just keep calling them up. Calling them up. We just keep calling them up. Calling them up. No matter what. You know, Tom Paine wrote the first bestseller at a dark time in the Revolution, when we were losing, and all the soldiers were deserting, giving up. And the book was called Common Sense. And it was really just a long list of questions. And one of the questions was, does it make common sense for an island to rule a continent? And everybody kind of went, and they signed back up. And today you could ask, does it make common sense for a country to rule the world? But no matter what you answer, no matter what you think, no matter who you vote for, we just keep calling, calling. No matter what, we just keep calling, calling. No matter what. There is a hot wind blowing, moves across the oceans and into every port. A plague, a black plague. There's danger everywhere, and you've been sailing. And you're alone on an island now, tuning in. Did you think this was the way your world would end? Hombres, sailors, comrades, There's no pure land now, no safe place, and we stand here on the pier, watching you drown. Love among the sailors, love among the sailors. There is a hot wind blowing, plague drifts across the ocean. And if this is the work of an angry God, I want to look into his angry face. There is no pure land now, no safe place. Come with us into the mountains. Hombres, sailors, comrades. It was the night flight from Houston. Almost perfect visibility. You could see the lights from all the little Texas towns far below. And I was sitting next to a 52-year-old woman who had never been on a plane before. And her son had sent her a ticket and said, "Mom, you've raised 10 kids. It's time you got on a plane." She was sitting in the window seat, staring out. And she kept talking about the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and pointing. And suddenly, I realized that she thought we were in outer space, looking down at the stars. And I said, "You know, I think those lights down there are the lights from little towns." Concentration. Empty your mind. Let the rest of the world go by. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Close your eyes. Rocks and stones, broken bones, everything eventually comes crawling home in the night, in the night, in the night. Please forgive me if I fall short of your mark, but there are things still buried in my heart box, troubled time, all the things you left behind in the night, in the night. Concentration, empty your mind, let the rest of the world go by. And when the tears fall from both my eyes, they fall from my right eye, because I love you. And they fall from my left eye, 'cause I cannot bear you. Rocks and stones, broken bones, everything eventually comes crawling home in the night, in the night.